return to our story. Captain Fall has threatened the townsfolk of Arbroath, and the town councillors have sat and tried to wonder what to do because of this threat. So they send out two messages. They send a message to Montrose asking for militia to march down to defend the town, and they send messages down south to the Royal Navy asking for a fleet to sail up and defend them from the cutter that sits outside their town. Meantime, Captain Fall sends two demands to the council. He says he wants £30,000 and he wants 30 hostages to come from Arbroath to be taken away as slaves on his ship. The town council tries to keep this very quiet, A, because they're having lots of cutbacks and they can't afford £30,000, and B, because if they offered anyone from Arbroath a chance to go sailing on a French ship and get out of the place, they probably would have accepted. So they sat down and they thought very hard and they composed a letter. And they got one of their best lawyers to write it up in fancy language, and they sent it back to Captain Fall, and it said, "Dear Captain William, or John, or Daniel, or Maurice Fall, thank you very much for your letter inviting us to pay £30,000 and send 30 hostages. Here is our considered reply. You're talking mince! Your bum's out the windy! Sway and shut your puss! We will have nothing to do with any of your plans. Signed, the Arbroath Town Council." Well, when Captain Fall hears this, he is so enraged. He says, "Lights a cannon. We are going to fire our cannon at the town of Arbroath." Now, when you fire cannon, it takes a couple of goes just to get the aim right. So the first cannon that they fired smashed right through the wall of the Arbroath Gayfield football ground. It landed right in the middle of the pitch, where it was trapped by one of the attackers, and he kicked it right to the back of the net. Goal! Goal! But he ended up with a broken leg. So they had to try again. And this time they set the cannons a little bit higher and they fired it, and it went right over the town and it landed straight in the window of Pie Bob's. Where it sat for 3 weeks, everybody thought it was a clooty dumpling, and it was bought by a short-sighted lady who took it away home and broke 2 of her teeth. But once he'd got his aim right, ladies and gentlemen, there was no getting away from it. And he fired again!
Oh!
What? But fortunately, all he hit was just some rooftops, knocked off some chimneys, and a couple of them, they say, hit the old brew house standing down by the harbour, where, I believe, Kirsten, they have cannonballs from that very event in the museum for you to view.
Indeed, we do.
Where's me? You will be pleased to know that the people of Arbroath were safe during this riot because they had all gone and sheltered up at Kearney or at St. Vincent's Den, far out of the range of the cannon. Well, that night, the Guare was full of cordite and broken buildings in the town.